Oh, yes. What's shaking, guys? Luke Dancy here. Welcome to the live launch of the brand new False Anchors book by this guy right here, Mr. Ryan Schlutz. We are stoked to have him with us.
Hey,
We're going to
what's
get to
going on, guys?
Ryan in just a sec, guys, because I want you to know you're going to learn all about the brand new book. You're going to see Ryan perform some magic, and you're going to have a chance to win the At the Table lecture right here. I'll give you all the details. We're going to do some live giveaways, live with this guy. Man, excited stuff. Congrats on the new book, man. This is
Oh,
amazing.
thank you. This has been like, I don't know, 4 years in the making now. It's crazy how time flies by.
Wow. Wow.
You never think, you hear people say, "Oh, it took me this many years to put a book out." And I'm like, how did it take that long? Just write it, put it out. But now I know it takes a while to get it right, to get the exact way it needs to be.
Oh, look how gorgeous
So,
that book is. And we're going to get all the
oh,
details,
yes.
guys. We're going to crack it.
Oh,
We're going to crack the book open, give you the contents, let you know what's in there. All right. So, Ryan, why don't we go and do a trick? Why don't we go ahead and do a trick? And then we'll jump into some of the book. This will be fun. Yeah, let's just do it.
step off with a trick. All right.
Let's do it.
Well, let's try this with you. You have a deck of cards on you? Cards?
Always.
Okay, go ahead and give him a little shuffle. Give him a little shuffle.
I would do
All
that. I
right.
do a little
So
shuffle action. All right.
this will be extra hard, as you admit, over the internet, right? I can't even
Yeah.
I can't even touch the cards. So look, I don't want to see any of this. Okay, so just take out, I don't know, 5 cards anywhere you want from the deck. Just
Five
kind of
cards.
keep it a
Any
mystery.
five
Yeah, just kind of
cards. All
any
right.
5 cards you want.
Let me go here.
Let me know when
Yeah.
you got the 5. Okay.
1, 2.
Okay, those are marked back. I think. Let me just get it. Yep, 3 diamonds. 2.
All right.
If only the internet bandwidth was that good.
Let me make sure I got 5 cards, guys. This is what's cool about the internet. We can do stuff like this over the internet too. All right, so I do have 5 cards. I do.
Okay, so mix them up face down like you're going to deal them. Kind of at your fingertips
Yep.
of this. Give them a little mix. Okay. Okay, so I don't know the starting order. Okay.
Yep.
Now let me build a little rhythm with you, Luke. So go ahead and spread the cards to yourself like this, and then give them a cut.
Give them a
All
cut.
right. And then spread them again to yourself. Give them a cut, and do that a couple more times. Get a nice feel for the cards. All right. And we're kind of randomizing at the same time.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
And then go ahead and stop right there and look at the bottom card. Memorize it. I don't want to see it, of course.
Yep.
Let me know when you got it.
Got it.
Okay. And then go ahead and spread those cards again to yourself.
Yep.
Give them a spread, and then give them another cut. Okay.
Okay.
So you have a card in your mind now, right?
I do have a card in my mind.
You have a card. Okay. I want you to think of it. Don't tell me what it is, of course. But I want to take the first card. All right. And deal it face up on the table in front of you, so I can't see it, but you can.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and say that card out loud.
The
card you
5.
dealt.
Excuse me. The 5 of diamonds.
5 of diamonds. You know what? Deal the next card face up. The next card. Okay. What card is that?
The king of diamonds.
Stop. Stop right there, Luke. What was the card you looked at earlier?
The 10 of clubs.
Turn the next card over. Show everyone.
Oh yes,
Oh.
yes. Love it, dude. I love it. It's so cool.
Obviously, magic's hard over the phone, but we make it work. We make it work.
Yeah, man, that's rad. Well, and guys, this is just one little peek at the stuff that you can do with the false anchors principle. And this is what's cool here.
Yeah.
Is there's not just one principle involved here. I kind of misspoke, but this is like a concept, as you can see above, that Ryan's been refining over the last 20 years. And I've been fooled by some of this stuff. I know a lot of the people watching that have met Ryan or seen him have also been fooled by this stuff. So Ryan, the first question someone asked, and if you guys do have 5 questions, we'll take them now, is from Mark Wybrow. Mark says, why is it called false anchors? Good question. Good question.
It's a very valid question. I just made it up. No, I'm just joking. There's a reason. So, false anchors is the term I gave basically how my magic works. So, in short, a false anchor is you change the perception of somebody to become their new reality, right? Because you can get real deep with that. What is reality? Reality to everyone is different. It's all about what you perceive to be true, right?
Yeah.
So through the book, I go through ways of talking, of hand gestures, of body language, of card sequences and choices. I give you all these different avenues to take it. That essentially what you're doing is you're anchoring, like a false anchor, wink, wink, in their brain as a truth. And once you do that, once someone's truth, they believe you. And now they walk away with no way to figure out how the method works because you essentially altered their whole perception. That became their new truth, or in this case, reality.
Right on. I love
So that's
it.
what it's all about. So it gets deep, but so this book kind of teaches you how to do that and things to say and how to do certain things. And basically, when you walk away from a lot of my magic, they remember a trick that's way more impossible than it actually took place because of the false anchors.
Yes, and I'm one of those people that's walked away fried and fooled. I did host your at the table lecture again, and it was just one thing after another. So for those that are wanting to know what this book is about, obviously the name comes from that, but is this all card magic? Is this, what is False Anchors? What is inside the pages of this beautiful new book?
Yeah, so I'd love to go through a brief journey through the book, so you guys can see I put a lot of time into making it look pretty and also very effective. And I spared no expense as far as the color and then the amount of pictures. If I thought a picture needed to be there, I put it there for you guys. But as far as the tricks goes, yes, it's card magic, but I have a big caveat to it. It's not just typical card magic. Like in here, I have that like a parlor magic. You can do some of this right on stage. Like one of these shows, one of the tricks in this book, which actually comes with a custom gimmick that comes with the book, is how I close my show. Literally a card trick that closes the show. All the cards are passed out to the audience. I play a game where the whole deck is ripped up by the audience. All the cards are gathered up. One person picks 2 pieces at random, and then they both match at the end. The torn pieces match to show the same card, right? That's just a very impossible trick. There's a lot of comedy in there. There's all these gags. I teach you a face. You can walk away with that routine and go right into your show almost immediately and be fooling people and be entertaining people. So I have that in there. And then I have just close up, borrow, shuffle deck stuff. Someone hands you a deck, go into just a killer trick, impossible magician fuller type stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's a trick in there where you can literally, without touching the deck, you can have someone shuffle it to the heart's content, look at any card, put it back, shuffle the deck up again any way they want, and you can still find the card completely out of your hands. It's truly impossible. It's one of those tricks that you don't think there's no possible method, but there is. I explore, just like everyone else, I do an oil and water type routine, where I'm more of actually a color sense routine, where you can say from a shuffled pile, is the card red or black? Where I give you a method in there with no memorization, completely borrowed deck. Cards can be shuffled. It can be under the table. There's no looking, and you can, without any kind of true typical color sense methods, figure out what color the card is, right? So I just go through so many different concepts and principles that the cool thing is I just teach you 1 or 2 tricks that use the principle, but as soon as you guys learn it, you can apply it to your magic almost immediately. Right. And that's one thing about I think you'll notice about my methods a lot is you can use them anywhere. I just gave you just a little nugget of where you can do with it, and then it just has so many possibilities.
Yeah, man. And I saw you do a lot of this stuff too at the Blackpool Magic Convention. Some of the people out there might start recognizing you. You just lectured there a couple months ago, if that now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Here's a good question from Raymond. Raymond Singson. Good to see you out there, sir.
Hey, Raymond. I know Raymond.
He says, for those of us who've invested in the original releases, does the complete volume come with anything new? Great question, Raymond. Great question.
Yeah, for sure. So I put these out over the last few years as individual volumes for those who don't know. Yeah. There was just limited release, just sold by me, and they all sold out of print. But to Raymond, to your point, yeah, I basically added in another 20 pages or so of the real work, I would call it, where essentially there's a couple of principles that I just never give away. And it's the tricks that kind of my go-to foolers for magicians or just, so I put that in this book. So while the most of it's just the first 3 volumes, Raymond, some of the stuff is brand new, but it's up to you, if you want to explore.
And the other cool thing is, if you're just joining us, Raymond, this also does come with a gimmick, a custom-made gimmick that Ryan includes with the book too, which I don't believe was available before this as well. So
it wasn't at first, in the individual things it was, but this is so I mean, Raymond might have it, but for those who don't have the original, they went out of print real quick.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have it.
Cool. Mark Wybrow is back with another question. He says, how many card tricks are there in the book and what is the price? So how many tricks are in this book? That's a good question too.
I don't even know. I never counted. Is that weird? I'll give you a quick estimate. 3, 6, 12, 15, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. It looks like 30-ish.
Okay.
Now that's some principles where I go off. There's some things in the table of contents which I'll give you a routine with the trick just so I can illustrate why mine is different.
Yep.
Or what I added to it. So I'll teach you the very basic version. So in that 30-ish range, but a lot of it, like I said, is so many principles. The book's priced at $75, and that's where it is. And it comes with the machine metal gimmick as well. So
yes, it does. Another great question here, and guys, we're also going to hang out a little more relaxed in the post show. So if you have more in-depth questions, we'll get to those later too. Ellis Cohen wants to know, what is the skill level? And that's a great question. I know there's a lot a lot of magic dealers too that are going to be sharing this info with their customers. What is skill level for this type of stuff?
I mean, those who know my magic, usually I don't like super hardcore sleight of hand.
Right.
So I would say, 80% of it is if you can hold a break, then you can do that. You can do like this kind of stuff, then you can do pretty much 80% of the magic.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a couple of routines in there that are kind of like I give like an advanced handling. So like maybe I think there's like one double lift in the whole book, but then I also teach like a student Gordon type turnover. But like I said, that is the only trick in the book that actually has a move, like I would say a traditional type move.
Yep.
But the rest of it's, I would say 10% of it maybe a little practice needed. 80% of it you can grasp with basic card handling.
Okay. To kind of follow up on that, you kind of answered it, but Paul Cunningham also says, is it sleight heavy? Is it sleight heavy stuff?
No. I'm a believer in principle based magic than running. Been working too hard. I used to be a sleight of hand guy, but I kind of found other methods to do sleight of hand stuff now. So like a lot of it's just principle based magic now, and being like super far ahead. Like I'm the one ahead of card magic. You know what I mean? That's if you're like that principle is really sneaky, done well, and I think a lot of my magic falls into that kind of category where it's just sneaky more so than difficult.
Yeah, it's very true. The principles that Ryan uses, and when he combines some of them together, it's really, really, really fooling stuff.
Like one trick in there is like a trick that for the last, I don't know, a few years, I've been doing at conventions just for magicians. I do it for other people. I have two different versions of it.
Sure.
But the trick is, the deck's completely shuffled by the person. They can reach in and take out freely any cards they want. Think of one of the cards from the pile, shuffle the pile up, put it back in the deck, throw it in the trash can. You already predicted the card on the table before any of that happened. So it's completely, it's so fair, it's evil. And as far as sleight of hand, there's no sleight of hand. The whole thing is like a principle-based thing that they truly can have like this free card, and you know what it is before they know it. And it's called before the thought in the book. So that's what I always say, before they know it, because you do.
Yeah. Willie Mack says, when will the dealers in the UK get the book? So Willie, at the moment, this is on pre-order. This just went on pre-order right now. I think that the official release is in about another week or so. I will get back in the comments in a little bit, give you the exact date. I can't pull up the calendar at the moment. But this is on pre-order for about the next week or so. And then they should officially have them in their stores. So, yeah. And I have to say, for someone that's seen this stuff firsthand, if you guys are looking for practical card magic, or more importantly, card magic that's just plain fooling for other magicians too, this book is packed full of it. Ryan's magic is so good, and so it's almost too easy for the impact that it has. It's almost too easy, dude. Just saying. It's
no, it is. I mean, that's why when people want to know the method, I'm always embarrassed to tell them, because I'm like, you got fooled by a pencil dot, right? So
yeah,
but it's just how I don't want to underplay it. It's just, I think what I add to it is I just add one more layer that makes it fooling for a magician, right? It's just that one layer of disconnection, and then they don't know where it's going. So is that Benny?
Here's a good question from Magni over on our Facebook page. Says, why you choose to make this a book and not a DVD? That's a great question. Everyone's going so digital now. Why a book? And me, I'm a fan of books, so it works for me. But why book?
Mostly because I'm an old fart and I like books myself. It's just weird. Like for me personally, I did a lot of DVDs. I think I have like 8 DVDs or more out in the market. Yeah. And I have a million DVDs. I just don't watch them. I watch them once and I never watch them again. And I love the idea that something like a book stands the test of time. And for me, like, these tricks are tricks I didn't put on a DVD. I didn't put on a lecture or anywhere digitally. I kind of just, these truly are like my working babies. Like, these are tricks I do in my close-up sets. They do this in my show. I do this, just for friends. Everyone has those kind of things they kind of kept secret. Well, these are those. Like, these are the ones I just like. So for me, I just want them to be in the best form possible, something that could stand the test of time, like a book. And it's purposely this size. I didn't want it any bigger than this size. This is the perfect size book to take with you. It's hardcover, so it can take a beating in your book bag. And I made it just super easy to read and follow, and bright and vibrant.
Dude, those pictures are crisp, dude. Look at those pictures. Yeah. Good Lord.
Thank you. So it makes it just so easy to follow along. And, I even had my professional photographer friend come out and do all the photos with me. So that way all the pictures come out as crisp as possible. And for me, really to answer your question, it's just, I just love books, and I just wanted something that when I'm long and gone, that someone finds this book in somewhere and they just rediscover my magic. And that's like a dream of mine. Just like I did with, my boy, you know what I'm talking about, Eddie Fields.
Oh God, Eddie Fields, man, yeah.
He's long and gone for like 20 years, and I just find his book for sale for $10 on a whim, and I was like, this guy is a god among men. You know what I mean? Like, so I just love. That's why I love books. I feel like they're just around longer. They have better staying power.
It is nice actually seeing the trend recently of not just books coming out again, but good looking books with great material inside of them. It's a trend right now. I've noticed it, that a lot of people are realizing, you know what, these still have a place, and a really strong place in the industry. So yeah, I'm glad you went down that path. Trust me. Yeah. Renee actually asked something that I have a feeling you just mentioned a name that might help answer part of this. But Renee says, what or who was your influence for creating the routines or moves? Like, as far as influences go.
Yeah. I'll tell you, my first early influence in card magic was the Charming Cheat.
Martin Nash.
Brain fart.
Martin Nash.
Yeah. I know the Charming Cheat. You don't forget people's monikers. Martin Nash was the hardcore sleight of hand gambling cheat. So like that was my introduction to magic. That's what I thought card magic was. So I told you I used to be a sleight guy.
Yeah.
And then I discovered like, it could be easier than doing perfect table riffle pharaohs. So but a lot of his principles as far as like card marking and doing like a impromptu corner nick and all this kind of stuff, like that kind of thinking came from him, right? He just like was master of that stuff. And then I saw Leonard Green, right? And that's where I fell in love with chaos and magic. Like I love if you see my magic, it's a lot of times it's completely carefree, no controls, things are being messed up. You feel like there's no control, but obviously there is, but there just doesn't feel like it. So just like Leonard Green. And then later on I discovered Eddie Fields.
Yep.
And he was a principle monster. I mean, this guy's theory and if you're reading the tricks, you're like, that would never work. And then you go do it on people and you're like, holy crap, it works. So that kind of got me started. And then I discovered other magicians on the way, like, of course, Danny and this and that. But then another one, a lot of people, I didn't realize UK guys know it, but a lot of people in the States don't know him, but Joseph Barry. I'm a big fan of his. And like, to me, it's like, Joseph Barry is like if Danny D'Ortiz and Leonard Green had a baby, and then it made Joseph Barry.
All right, why not?
I'm sure he'll like that comparison.
That's funny, dude. Yeah. So, and Renee's digging on those people. Of course, Eddie Fields. I noticed some Eddie Fields in there too. For sure. Love that guy's work, the thinking, and you're one of the few people that actually knows who that is. That's cool. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, man. His book, I think. It only sells for $15. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Secrets.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. No one. He's horrible. Eddie Fector. Look him up.
Yeah. We're talking about the wrong Eddie. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. My bad.
Also, guys, don't forget we've got a few more minutes live to do the launch, and then we're going to do a little post-show action, a little more chilled, laid back chat with Ryan. Only live. You guys are watching later. You don't get to see all that. We're going to edit all that out. But the live people, you get more good stuff. But if you do want to win something live right now, guys, you're getting a peek at the new book, but we also have some live magic to hook you up with today. You will get this today. You'll get your Ryan Schlutz fix today. If you want to win his At the Table lecture as a download, all you need to do is follow those instructions below. Tag a friend. You actually need to tag it where their name kind of like is highlighted. Tag a friend in the comments or share this on your feed or in a magic group. I'm going to go through all of these in just a couple minutes, pick out a winner or two, and get you guys this today. So you're going to get some free magic today from us to you to help you get through this kind of weird time we're all living in right now. So yeah, it's going to be cool. And in the post show, we'll do another one. We'll do another one in the post show. So if you want to hang out later, we'll do that too.
There's more?
There's more. But wait, there's more. Yeah. So one of the new sections in the book actually is all about the gap principle without giving away what it is. Because to me, that's one of the best things you've played with, and there's a reason why you have all this new stuff to put in there. without giving away what the gap principle is, can you let them know what it is without saying what it is, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, the gap principle is it's a control, it's a force, it's everything into a concept, right? And the idea is a shuffle deck, and then you spread the cards. They take out a pile of cards, and then they think of a card from that pile.
Yep.
So the gap principle stands for grab any pile, and that whole concept is, I've seen it done with like a shuffle deck, like a memorized deck, but I was like, can you take a lot of principles and bring it to a borrowed shuffle deck, and then, or sometimes not borrowed. There's, like I said, there are a million versions. I have versions that you can pre-prepare, versions that you can use borrowed. The difference for this and what I didn't give away is in my DVDs and maybe some other places, I only teach like prepared versions. Whereas in the book, I finally give away the secrets of how to do it just completely impromptu with the borrowed deck, which I think is a big difference, right? I kind of kept that one for myself. It was like my little baby, because I gave away the gap principle. People knew it, and I was, oh, you learned the gap? Can I show you a new handling of it? And I do it, and I fool them again. I'm like, yes, double fooled. So because you can teach someone the principle and still fool them with basically the same concept. I think that's just so much fun.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, you nailed me with that a lot. So yeah, Jamie Badman, he's got some love for you here, and Jamie. It's good to see you, Jamie. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
He says he's already ordered the book. All he can say is buy it. The booklets are gold. This will be even better with the added content. So obviously he's known your work for a long time, as a lot of us have. And he's just given some love because he really likes what you do. So that's cool.
Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. So is this the false anchors? Is this kind of like the culmination of it, or do you think that, this is something that you're kind of gonna move on from now? This whole kind of false anchors world that you live in,
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's what I envision happening is just compiling a book about this size, and then just putting out a volume 2.
Cool.
Right. So I could foresee that in the future. I mean, it could be 5 years from now, 6 years from now. I really don't know.
Sure.
But I can see myself going that direction with it.
Cool.
Just because, the reason I decided I was going to have like 5 volumes doing it the individual way. But then I just, I feel like I ran the path I wanted to run with it. I didn't want to go any further with it. And I felt this was a good time to put it all together, add a few extra things to it, and then kind of move away from it for a while. And kind of get re-inspired. I feel like you can get stale creatively if you kind of stick with one thing too long. So for me, it's a chance to kind of go find other avenues and other things that inspire me. Like lately, I've been doing a lot of parlor magic. So like a lot of my new magic's in that kind of realm and stand-up mentalism and stuff. So it's kind of a whole different like twist. So I'll see where that takes me. And then once I figure out what, that's the thing. All your teams are just like honed over the years. I don't just rush to market. Like it has to be kind of vetted out. So I'll do tricks for years before I put them in here. You know what I mean? And really find the best way and the most efficient way to do the trick. Right. So I rarely ever have like an updated version. But once again, I hold the caveat. My tricks are always 99% finished. So they're almost there. They're almost there.
That is fair, dude. I was going to look at one other thing. Also, don't forget, there's also Ryan has his false anchors playing cards too. And you have, I was going to say, I had a feeling you might have those with you. There are some hidden secrets in these too, but I'm not going to give away too much. But yeah. Oh yeah,
and the version 2s are coming out too, through Murphy's as well. So.
Yeah.
A little early plug.
So will the cards go well with the book? That's a dumb question I know the answer to, but are there some things that are work with the deck that would work well with the tricks from the book?
No, they don't relate it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have like a trick that's dependent on the cards. Okay. If that's what you're saying, then no, I don't have like a special. No.
Okay. All right. But you do receive in that version. I don't remember that one. Were there the same gaffs that come with the new version in there, or is it as far as the false anchors deck? Are the gaffs that come with it in the new version in that one too? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's something different. I'll say something here I won't say to anyone else. Or do I save that for the other part of the show, the real secret stuff? How much you want to give away here?
Yeah, we'll stick around. Yeah, we'll wait till the post show to let you reveal that.
Okay, so there's some really juicy stuff I could give away, but I don't know who gets
Okay.
it. Who gets it?
All right. Yeah, we'll save that for the post show. So if you guys want to hear the meat, and then we're going to talk about it, and then all that's gone. So because you're here live, you'll hear it, and only hear it here. Okay. So yeah. I'm just looking through here at the comments as well. Again, make sure when you tag your friends, guys, that you're using the @ sign first, so their name becomes highlighted, like the blue clickable link. Because I'm seeing you guys tag a lot of people, but unfortunately, they're not all tagged the right way. Because I do have my winner for the shares. We've got our first winner, Claude Wyatt. Congrats to Claude. He is going to pick up the At the Table lecture absolutely free. So Claude.
Congrats.
Yeah. So I'll be in touch with you, Claude, here in just a little bit. We'll get your email, get you all sorted, and we will get you hooked up with the At the Table lecture. So congrats to him. Ryan, that is
What's up?
Yeah, Ryan, this is an exciting day. How many years again?
So
how many years has this been in the making again?
I mean, you look at my lifetime of work, 20 years in the making, but then if you think about this book's 4 to 5 years in the making just to get to this final kind of hard copy.
Yeah.
I mean, all the little ones along the way, but eventually end it with a big one. So
Gotcha. All right. So let me just look through a few more comments here. All right. And I see our winner for the friend that tagged someone out there. Someone tagged the friend out there. We've got our winner out there, Michael Sproul. Michael Sproul. Congrats to you, Michael. Right. So you tagged a friend, you get hooked up, and Claude, you shared this, and you get hooked up with one of Ryan's At the Table lectures absolutely free. So if you do watch live, guys, you see what happens. You get good stuff. Yeah. Any last official thoughts here about the brand new book, False Anchors, you want to share before we wrap this up and jump over to the post show?
Nothing more than we said. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I put a lot of hard effort into this. I think you guys are really gonna love it.
How many pages is it? That's my question to you. How many pages is that book anyway?
It comes in at a 128. 128.
Okay. And
thick, packed full of stuff.
And one more time, you just have to do this to show the guys, because the little pictures that we have don't do this justice. Would you mind flipping through the book one more time just to show off the pictures? Because look how gorgeous and how big these are on the pages.
Get some of these.
So beautiful, man. So beautiful. That's a really well done book.
Yeah, some of these. Actually, I took that one myself. I actually tied some cards to it. And some of these pictures. Yeah, some of these are actually part of my life. Like some of these are artwork in my room, so a lot of it's personal and stuff. But yeah, some of these full page ones, like they're just so gorgeous to see. And they also give you some. And also, each main chapter has a nice inspirational quote. Here's one from Eugene Berger and stuff like that.
Cool.
Kind of along the way, I just kind of my favorite quotes and stuff. So this book is like, literally just inside my mind and gives you a really taste for like what I feel and what I really think about magic. So
beautiful.
Yeah, if you want to peek it. Boom.
It just gets hard to, magic tricks have these trailers, slow motion walks, the graffiti walls, all this stuff. And then you have books. And that's why I really wanted to do this, so people can see just how sexy the book is too. Not just the way that it looks, not the layout, but also the content inside. I'm telling you guys, take this from me, not as Luke that works with Murphy's Magic, but Luke is a magician, a card magician that loves this stuff. I promise you, I'll give you my word. If you are interested in card magic, no matter what level you are, you will love this material. I promise you that. I promise you that. This is so good. So good.
Thank you, Luke.
And honestly too, if you don't buy it and you see Ryan at a convention, he's gonna fool you with this stuff. So there you go.
dang straight.
It's true. It's the damn truth. It is very true. So I'm gonna wrap up this, guys. I hope you enjoyed this chat. The live book launch for this book again, False Anchors. Got all the deets from the man himself.